Delhi State Branch, not only to empower the nurses in the Delhi state, but all over the India. And we see that, we have participants joining from all the states of our country. And we are glad to have all of you here in this platform, all the nurses who are ready to be equipped and empowered by our eminent speakers. And to this platform, I would like to welcome our eminent speakers who would be, speaking to equip and empower the nurses today. That is Dr. Malarvizhi S. She's a professor and assistant registrar, College of Nursing, Pondicherry Institute of Medical Sciences, Pondicherry. And we are really glad to have you, ma'am, to this platform. And this has actually elevated the, the stature of this the session. And we welcome you in the name of the TNA Delhi State Branch. Also, I would like to welcome to this session Ms. Sangeeta Adlaka. She is a quality control as well as infection control nursing officer at Guru Gobind Singh Hospital in New Delhi. And we are glad to have you, ma'am, in this session. Welcome you to this platform. And without much delay, I would like to hand over to Ms. Shaini Chacko, who is our secretary of TNA Delhi State Branch, to introduce the speaker for the first session. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Bindu, ma'am. I bring greetings from the Trained Nurses Association of India, Delhi State Branch. A warm good evening to one and all who are present here. The responsibility is to welcome Dr. Malarvizhi S., who has done her PhD in nursing. A few words about ma'am. Ma'am has over 20 years of rich experience in the area of administration, teaching, and research. Madam has produced 32 research output since 2005, including 21 dissertations. Madam has authorized around 7 books and has contributed in writing chapters in around 3 books. Madam has carried out 16 research projects as the principal investigator and co-investigator. Madam has been organizer and resource person for the workshop, conference, and training programs in national and international forums. Madam has presented scientific papers in national and international forums. Madam is the editorial board member and the peer reviewer in representing national and international journals. Madam has been the research guide for PG, Masters in Nursing for around 6 students. A few about our awards and honors. Madam has received the Best Paper Award, that is the Bus Passengers Perception on Life-Saving Measures during RTA in the International Conference at OML Aki College of Nursing in collaboration with University of Saskatchewan, Canada, Queen Margaret University. Madam has also received the award from PIMS Management for serving and rendering best service to the Institute, Pondicherry Institute of Medical Samuel on 12 May 2009 on the International Nurses Day. Now, I would request Madam Malarvizhi to enlighten us with your session on quality control. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Shaini ma'am. And good evening once again to all the participants to this 21st webinar series of Empower Nurses to Empower Nurses, which is organized by the TNA Delhi State Branch in collaboration with the Trained Nurses Association of India, the headquarters. I know that this is a weekend for all of us, but still we are quite interested to listen and learn from each other. And today's session, we are highlighting about the quality improvement in nursing. So, can you please just project the slides? Yeah, we can have a full screen. Full screen, please. Yeah. So, ma'am, we'll move to the objectives. So we know that anyway, this is the weekend for all of us, but still to learn from each other, we have gathered here. And I thank once again the TNA organizing team for giving me this opportunity. Ma'am, next slide, please. Ma'am, next slide. Yeah, next, please. So we'll be seeing about the quality improvement in nursing. We'll be looking into what it is and why it is important in nursing and what are the strategies for having the quality improvement in nursing. Ma'am, next slide, please. So before moving and looking into what are the strategies, we can just have a look at why this topic is needed in nursing. Is it required for a nursing profession? So when we critically think about it, next slide, please. Like we have to think about the outcome which we are going to have in our nursing profession. See, the outcome in our nursing, the previous slide, ma'am. The outcome in our nursing profession, if we look into it, we have a broader outcome. One angle is the patient outcome. The other end is the student outcome. And of course, we do have the public end too, but major is the patient and the student. So our nursing profession at the end, the beneficiaries are the students and the patients. So when we look into the perspectives of the students and the patients, their satisfaction is the one that we have to look into for. So when they will have a satisfaction, if they feel that the services that they have received from us are to the standard of their expectation, then they will have a satisfaction. To deliver that satisfaction, we need to focus on quality. That is why we are having this quality improvement in nursing. Next slide, please. Actually, to speak, quality is a concept which has many meanings. And if you look into the perspective of the business aspect, for the business marketing people, they think that the customer, the end user, the customer's satisfaction or the consumer satisfaction is the important one for them. They keep that as a dominant thing. Similarly, if we look into our nursing profession, the customers are two. Mainly one is patient and the other one is the student, as I said earlier. And next slide, please, ma'am. So moving into a quality improvement, before that, let us have a look at what is quality assurance. So we'll have a better understanding why we have to have this quality improvement. Quality assurance, we can say that if an organization is providing the services that meets the appropriate standards, then we can say, yes, QA is there, quality assurance is there. Say, for example, if we take it as our own personal, we can take. These sessions can be more of an interactive also. If anyone would like to have a clarifications, you can then and there clarify, or at the end also you can clarify. See, actually, when we look into our own perspective, if we want to buy some product, say, for example, a cloth, we want to buy it, what we think about it, maybe it's an online shop, because now recently we have all technological in our ready hand. So if we want to buy a cloth in an online shop, what we do first, we just step into any one of the site for an online shop, and then we look into the cloth which we want to buy it. The next scroll goes to where how the public has given a rating for that shop or for a cloth that they have bought it, or the description or the comments that the public have given after they have been bought that cloth. So these two things that we look into, either the ratings or the comments given by the public in the online shop, because we are satisfied. Like one person says that I'm happy in the color that I have received, I am happy in the cloth that what I expected is being reached. So whatever the comments is given by the public, we quality cloth that what I'm expecting. So there comes the quality. So immediately our mind is tuned that, okay, the rating is out of 5, it is 4.5, and that there are good comments. It means the quality is okay, the rate is okay, I will be satisfied. With that assumption, we go for buying the things online. So the same thing here, the quality assurance will take us the profession to the next level. the quality improvement will take our profession to the next level, and it should be continuous one. So the quality assurance is that the organization quality improvement, coming to the quality improvement, this ensures that everyone in the department is working to achieve the or everyone in the department is trying to deliver the quality. That is quality improvement. So quality assurance is we are trying to meet some standards, whereas the improvement is trying to reach that or delivering that, and it should be a continuous one. Yeah, next slide, please. So for the next 10-15 minutes, I'll be discussing about the quality improvement in nursing education, because we have two broader parts, that is the quality improvement in the nursing service side and quality improvement in nursing education. The next speaker will be discussing in natural about the quality improvement in nursing service. So I will be moving on to quality improvement in nursing. How can we improve, and at what level are we right now in quality prospects in nursing education? Yeah, next slide, please. As I said earlier, the outcome based on that only we do have this quality improvement. Why we should have this quality improvement in our nursing profession? It is mainly because for the patient satisfaction, it is for the student satisfaction, and ultimately even for the public too. So we also should think in the perspective of the public, because the public, they should have a trust on us. Like if I go to this hospital and if I receive a care from this nurse, I'm safe, my life is safe, or I can trust this nurse, or I can be confident on this nurse. And there comes the image which is being built up by the public about our nursing field. So public opinion, the public, for the public benefit, we must have the quality improvement in our nursing field. Yeah, next slide, please. And I'll just talk I'll be taking focus towards the nursing education perspective. So the organization which are supporting for the quality improvement in nursing education are Indian Nursing Council, the State Nursing Council, and of course our organization, the Trained Nurses Association of India. So they continuously monitor, and they are behind the we can say, in fact, the people of nurses in monitoring whether the curriculum is implemented well, whether they are meeting the criteria of the standards, or if there is a pitfalls, and then how to bridge that gap. So all these organizations take a very good, tremendous effort and giving us a continuous support for the better quality improvement for our nursing profession, especially for the nursing education. These three organizations are helping us a lot. Next slide, please. Coming to the quality improvement, I charted on few points. I was searching for, especially for the nursing education, because when I went through all the content, most of the content I was getting for the service side as how to have a quality improvement. But however, I have jotted on few points here. Like the major points are how we can have a quality improvement. If we touch on these major areas, I think we can have a better quality and a continuous quality improvement in our field. Nursing institution is one of the major area where we should target on the nursing curriculum, the method of teaching, or the strategies that we do for the students, and the importance of having the collaborative role of nursing education and the service, the integrated role, and what are the trajectories that we can have it to monitor whether our institution or organization is providing a quality services to the customer, and that is to the students. Yeah, next slide, please. So first we look each one in detail. First target, we are going to have it on to a nursing institutions. Ma'am, next click also you can do. Press one more time, please. Yeah. So coming to the first aspect is the nursing institutions. So when we look into the quality, of course, we do have some pitfalls. and we do have some gaps. But there are pathways and ways to bridge those gaps. And how are we going to bridge? Also, we are going to have a look at it. So from the end of the nursing institutions, when we look into it in India national level, since 2014-15 onwards, if we look the growth chart of how the nursing institutions have come up, 40% is the growth rate. To be very frank, we have to see the growth rate is only 40% out of 100. So we can know that where we are standing. But if you look into the medical institutions, the growth rate, it is for the undergraduate program of medical MBBS, it is 110% is the growth rate. And the postgraduate medical courses, if you take, it is 114% is the growth rate. So tremendously and very fast, they are growing. We both are sailing in the same health industry, but when you look into the importance given for the respective profession by our own committee members or by the government, if we look at it, there is a disparity. So, and the nursing is very slowly we are growing up, and we have reached only the 40% growth we have. But whereas the medical quality people have 100 to 110 or 14% of growth rate they have. So we are on an overall, if we take it, almost 80% shortfall we are. Means slowly only we are growing up. And that growth also, if you take it up, the next slide, please. That growth also, if you look into what the regional skews, 42% it is in the southern state. Especially 4-5 states, it's there, the nursing institutions like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Telangana. So these 5 states are the major states where 42% of the nursing institutions are there in our country. And the next 17% is in the western state, especially the Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. And just only 2% in the northeastern states. So the distribution of the institution wise also, according to the state wise also, if you look into it, towards the south it is more, and towards north it's moderate level or something, and to the west and east, if you look into it, very scarcity of the institutions we have. Next slide, please. Then if we look into the nurse-patient ratios, right now we are 35 lakhs people. And the nurse-patient ratio, if you look into it, it is 2.06 to every 1,000 population. And to the global benchmark, if you see, against 3:1,000. So against 3:1,000, we are only 2.06:1,000 population. So there also we are of shortfall. So at if you look into the institution, the number of institution is less. And if you say the productivity, how many nurses are coming on, so therefore automatically the nurses will, the manpower is also very short. Next slide, please. How are we going to make it up? So here comes the role of the government, which the cabinet have taken a decision, and they have approved like by April 2025, by another 1 or 2 years, that another 157 new colleges will be taken up with 100 seats each. And if you look at the budget, they have approved is 1 crore 1,570 crores they have approved as a budget for bringing up the nursing colleges in almost the areas where there are very lack of nursing institutions. So here comes the improvement of quality. So from the scratch, we should start the improvement. So the base is where the nurse who is working at the bedside, the base is from the education side. So every nurse who is stepping into the educational field, we must try to ensure that we do have an adequate number of seats in every colleges, and it's equally distributed throughout the country. Next slide, please. The second major aspect we highlighted in the improvement point is the nursing curriculum. Really hats off to the INC because they have taken a very good effort in bringing up the change in the curriculum, and it's been revised, especially for the BSc nursing, because the basic one, And they have brought a choice-based, a credit-based, semester-based, student-friendly based, and it's a competency-based curriculum. They have brought it with all credit hours, and where there are core courses, fundamental courses, elective courses, and it's very student-friendly, and they made it in par with the international level. So if maybe like this curriculum of the revised one have been started to implement probably from 2021 in some of the universities, and 2022 from almost all the universities have started implementing it. Maybe if we look into by the year of 26, 27, we will know the outcome of this syllabus as what change it has brought to the student and in turn to the patient care. So there might be a change that with that expectation when it's being brought in, and because it provides a knowledgeable, competence-based, with critical thinking, a nurse who is coming out and who have studied the syllabus will be able to provide such a care to the patients. So that's the work that the INC have taken. So we do have all over the country the same syllabus as a quality. Thereby, we can expect that is the input that we give for the nurses in the Tamil Nadu side or in the South zone. And the same input is also given to the students in the north side with having the same uniform curriculum throughout our country. So there comes the one of the role as a quality, because the same base is given for everyone. The next slide, please. Only thing is that the university should try to stick on to the same curriculum. Maybe if they require, they can add on to it, but need not compromise with what the syllabus that the INC have given. The next one is about the different teaching methods. This is another very, very important aspect, because once we strengthened our institutions and the number of seats for the intake, and we have a very strong syllabus, and then comes the implementations, right? Because we also have to have a PDSA form where we have to plan, do study, and then also have to put it into action. So the INCs now have planned, they have studied, and they have framed a very good syllabus, and now they have put it into, they have applied it, they have put it into an action implementation stage, and we are going to see a result. Maybe after 4 or 5 years, we'll see the results as how it is. So now coming to the teaching methods, to make that syllabus a richer one and a valid one, it is in our teacher's role. It is in our hand, because we have to deliver what is the expectation of the syllabus, what was expected by the executive council members, the INC boards, and all the senior members, our nursing fraternity, with what expectation they have framed the syllabus. The implementation is in the hands of the teachers. So we have to try to ensure that we provide them a good input for the students, so that our aim is achieved. So there means like different methods are there, and to implement this syllabus, we do need to use still more add-on to a different method of teaching of what we were following. Routinely, we used to follow lecture, demonstration, different methods are there. Madam, next one. Yeah, you can just do a clicking. Yeah. So routinely, we do have a method of lecture, demonstration, role play, and so on. But still, we have to give an importance on demonstration, because the quality improvement comes here. More than the theory, we have to build a competent nurse, the skill-based nurse we have to develop. Where there comes a method of teaching is the demonstration, and the newer methods now we know that simulation. Simulation is another one newer, very good method of teaching, which has been started slowly implementing in our profession, where INC have taken a good effort in training the faculty from each institution's 2 members. And similarly, Southside also, some of our Tamil Nadu Nursing Council have taken an initiative to train nurses in collaboration with Apollo Center, and two nurses they are training. So like different, even slowly the other states might take up. So this is the one way that the as I said earlier, right, like quality improvement is supported by the Indian Nursing Council, the State Nursing Council. So Indian Nursing Council has taken a very good effort in capacity building of the faculty with simulation methods, training 2 members from each faculty, and those people will be going in turn and taking those sessions with their students. And also slowly they will build up their own team members, the faculty. Those 2 will be training those remaining faculty in their college. So it's really a good method, the simulation. And in fact, in our college, after we have been trained, when we had a workshop for 2 to 3 days with our students, really they were enjoying it. And it's more than an enjoyment. We were able to see the outcome of what was the expected one from as a teacher. So we expected certain outcome after teaching certain procedures that we were able to see there in the simulation method, where a real life situation is even given for the students with either standardized patients or in high fidelity or low fidelity or medium fidelity mannequins, where they have a good session of pre-briefing, enactment, and de-rolling themselves. And this method is really enjoyable, where the students love and learn. But little bit difficulty is like, we can't take all the portions with this simulation method, but still there, maybe the State Nursing Council or the INC can give us a stipulation, like stipulated hours, like these portions, these many topics can be covered by simulation method, so that we will not waste our hours of taking too much of it in simulation method, because then we will have a shortfall in covering up our syllabus. But it can be also one of the method to teach our nursing curriculum, which is recently widespread all along in India. And clickers. See, the medical people, if you look into the clickers, very predominantly they use it. And especially for conducting the quiz. So quiz is also one of the method of learning, where we can also use the clickers. And the next one, please. Ma'am, you can just click. We also have reflective exercises. Reflective, like we have a reflective teaching, where like if we want to, like a teacher, she will reflect upon what she wants to teach and what she has taught it in her perspective. And when she goes to the classroom, she will be teaching that to the students. So reflective exercise is that we expect a student in the same way that when they go home at the end in the evening, they have to think back that what they have learned and put it into their thoughts and have some sort of an exercise. And the next day when they come, they can share their ideas. So both reflective teaching and reflective learning should be there. And another method is of interdisciplinary projects. Ma'am, you can just have a click. So the interdisciplinary projects, we say like collaborative works. Of course, already we have a lot of collaborations when we go to the hospital area, but that collaborations can be extended, but for a part of a learning for students, like maybe with similar some projects, the students can be linked to some of the departments in the hospital area, and the interdisciplinary projects can be given where students can start learning slowly by themselves. Next slide, please. Yeah, service-based learning. This service-based, actually, we say like, I don't know like how many colleges have started implementing it, but this is also one of the method of teaching where, say for example, we can go to an hospice care area, take a student there, put them a posting and give them an exposure, ask them to render a service there, and by rendering service, they can learn. So that is service-based learning. And next is of online. Of course, this most of us know, because especially during COVID, most of us have become familiar with this. And so there are still more. There are a lot of methods are there, problem-based, case-based. So in addition to what we do routinely, still more new methods can be implemented, thereby we can bring a quality in education. The next slide, please. It's all about as how to integrate the nursing service and the education. Usually say we husband and wife, like one is the husband, the other one is the wife. If the nursing service and then education goes hand in hand, then definitely the students and the patients will receive a better quality services from our hands. But we should never think like how it is there in the picture, right? The picture here, it shows the one end where is the education side, the other end is the service side. Just for mimic, it's been comic like it's given here, like in a sailing a boat and suddenly it sinks. Whichever end you want, you can just imagine. Okay, the one end is sinking, where they're trying to pour out the water from the boat. And the other end is just saying, okay, I'm glad because the water haven't come to the other end. But this will not solve the problem, because once the other end shuts down, stopping pouring the water from the boat, out of the boat, all of us will collapse. So it's only a sharing, a mutual understanding. We should never have any other disparity that I'm from education side and I'm from the service side. But when we handhold together, the beneficiaries are the students and the patients. And definitely, of course, personally also, an institution also will go when there is a nursing service and education. And when these two are integrated, definitely we can see a marked improvement in the quality of the services that is being provided by the nursing professionals to the customers, that is to the students and the patients. The next is the quality improvement checklist. The next slide, please.
Ma'am, just a time reminder, ma'am. Sorry, 2 minutes left.
Yeah, sure. So the quality improvement checklist, like it can vary from one institutions to the other institutions, but to have a better quality, but like it's like a monitoring one. Like every annually once, how do we have a performance appraisal for the employees or for the students for their clinical experience? We do have an evaluation form like that to ensure that the quality services that we are providing for a student or for a patient, we can have a checklist. And maybe ma'am, next slide, please. I have given a checklist here, but later you can just have a look at it. Ma'am, next slide. Yeah, next slide, please. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah, these are the checklists that is being given. And you also can have, like this can vary according to the institutions, or you can have as to your steering committee or to the committee of your institutions and have your own set standard checklist. So coming to the last part of this session, that is the take-home message. We have to deliver a quality improvement, and it has to be continuous, because today I have given a quality service for my student. It doesn't stop today. It has to be continued throughout our career. And ma'am, you can press. You can just press, ma'am. You can click. And quality, therefore, quality is our business throughout our career. Ma'am, you can press if we are in our nursing profession. And this quality improvement definitely will provide a satisfaction to the student and as well as to the patients, and finally, even in fact to us. So next slide, please. Next slide, please, ma'am. I hope the participants had some fruitful information. It's just only sharing of thoughts that I have put in here. Still, there are a lot of points that theoretically I haven't taken up to what is the models that we are following, what are the techniques that we are following. We thought in a nutshell, the practical point, what I felt it could be a better strategy for a quality improvement, I have charted on here. And I thank the participants for your patience listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm Yang Chen, the moderator for today. So ma'am has taken the topic quality improvement in nursing education. Very beautifully, ma'am started by, the two confusing term, which normally people get mixed up with quality improvement and quality assurance. So madam has very beautifully, in very simple words, she has told us that quality assurance is what the organization does for overall policy making and all the things. What quality improvement is, that the people of the organization, what they do together to improve the system, that is quality improvement. So coming to the quality improvement in nursing education, ma'am has chucked down into 5 different points. First was the nursing institutions. So nursing institutions, ma'am has highlighted that there is regional skewedness in the distribution of colleges, and for that government of India also is now has declared 157 around nursing colleges, new nursing colleges coming up. So And second, ma'am has talked about the nursing curriculum. This also, there are many changes happening, and focusing on the competency-based, courses and all. Then third point was ma'am is very, very beautiful, flowery, slide of teaching methods. And there also, apart from the conventional teaching methods, ma'am has given the importance, if we have to improve the nursing education, then we need to also improve the teaching methods by using the online method, or using the clickers, or the latest upcoming is the simulation method in nursing. So that also ma'am has taken. And then next topic, which is very, very important, as highlighted by ma'am, is to integrate the service section and education, and not going in isolation. That is also a very important point. Thank you, ma'am, for that. And lastly, ma'am has, uh, you know, uh, in order to, keep the system going and have a continuous improvement, these checklists are also very important. So QI checklist also ma'am has introduced a bit about it, so that we can monitor and then do continuous quality improvement. And as a take home message, ma'am has rightly said that quality is our business, and it has to be continuous process. Thank you so much, ma'am. And if we have any questions, we'll be taking up after the second speakers. So ma'am, please be with us for another half an hour. Thank you so much, ma'am. And now I hand over the screen to Mrs. Shiny for introducing the second speaker.
Yeah. I will introduce the speaker for the second session. That is Sangeeta Adlakha. Can I have the profile slide of Ms. Sangeeta? Yeah, she is the nursing officer, especially she functions as an infection control and quality control nursing officer at Guru Gobind Singh Government Hospital in New Delhi. She has over 25 years of rich experience in the area of clinical practice. She's been actively involved in providing training to the staff nurses in various programs, as well as she has certifications in basic life support, National Quality Assurance Standard, infant and young child feeding counseling, internal assessor of National Quality Assurance, as well as intensive care. And she has also achieved various awards for hospital like the NQAS, NABH, and Kayakalp. Over to Ms. Sangeeta to take the next session. Prashant, you can unmute the speaker.
Ma'am, you can unmute yourself.
Okay. Very good evening to all my seniors and friends. It's my privilege and joy to extend my vote of thanks to TNA headquarters to give me this opportunity. And thank you for the wonderful session, ma'am. You have taken very nice session in nursing excellence. And I would like to start this thing. Ma'am, you will going to share this PPT, or I'll do this?
Yeah, Prashant, can you share the PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Actually, my topic is today's empowering nurses in quality accreditation. So, as everybody knows that we have so many accreditations now, like private, we have JCI, NABH, pre-NABH, but in government, we have different things. But just wanted to tell you that empowering nurses in quality accreditation is crucial for ensuring the delivery of high healthcare services. Just a second, ma'am. Accreditation programs are designed to assess and improve the quality and safety of healthcare organization. While nurses play a significant role in patient care, their involvement and engagement in the accreditation process can enhance patient outcome and overall healthcare quality. Next slide, sir. As I said previously that we have in government like NQAS. NQAS is National Quality Assurance Standards, and it has broadly arranged in 8 areas of concern. And I'll just take a look at it. They're like Kayakal programs to promote cleanliness, hygiene, and infection control practices through incentives. These both programs we are getting incentive for the hospital. And third is Lakshya. Lakshya is labor room and maternity OT. It includes all the things for that. And Muskan. Muskan is to reduce the mortality and morbidity among children below 12 years of age. Next slide, sir. Here are some ways to empower nurses in quality accreditation. What we have experienced during these years, that education and trainings are very important, like comprehensive education and training programs to nurses about the accreditation process, standards, and quality improvement methodologies. Like second is leadership development. Foster leadership skills among nurses by providing opportunities for them to take in leadership roles within the organization. And I think we have really come with so many leaders in our hospital for doing that. And third is quality improvement projects. Engage nurses in quality improvement projects. Nurses can contribute their expertise and identify areas for improvement. Next slide, please. Fourth is recognition and rewards. Rewards are the motivation factor. There is no doubt about it. And recognize and reward nurses who actively contribute to the accreditation process and demonstrate excellence in quality improvement. Leadership development. Foster leadership skills among nurses by providing opportunities for them to take a leadership role within the organization. And sixth is continuous feedback and communication. We have to establish a feedback mechanism to gather input from nurses, and regular communication channels such as meeting, newsletters, or online platforms can be utilized to keep nurses informed and engaged. This is something, communication is important, and nurses are the one who really gather the data for everything. And they are the whole soul person who is doing the quality, and so they can really improve the hospital. Next slide, please, sir. In our hospitals, we are doing audits. Like this is what we are doing. I will tell you that whatever things we are implementing, just I'll go through with this. Prescription audits, medical audits, death audits. Prescription audit means they just provide valuable insight into prescribing practices, medication utilization, and patient outcome. And in medical audits, review quality of care provided to patients who are admitted, and identifying errors and devising remedial actions against them. Then death audits, just reviewing the review for reducing maternal, perinatal, and child mortalities. Next slide, please. There are surveys which we conduct on regular basis, are patient satisfaction surveys, employee satisfaction surveys in a year, and patient satisfaction every month. Like we have manual forms also, but in our hospital we devices this QR code. Next slide, sir. In Guru Gobind Singh Hospital, we have done this like a QR scanning, IPD feedback forms and OPD feedback forms. The patient can scan this, and there is a form. They can submit that form, and that comes to us, and we just analyze what are the drawbacks, what are the shortcomings. Next slide, please, sir. This is same like OPD feedback form. This is again, we paste it in OPD areas, and the patient who has, everybody now the patients have smartphones, and we just teach them how to do it, and we get a handsome amount, good amount of feedback from them, and we really improve with that. Next, please. This is just an analysis of PSS with CAPA. PSS is patient satisfaction score. Whatever patient satisfaction, whatever the things, when we analyze this, we have this analyze summary, and we make a conclusion out of it, and we have attributes. Whatever the low scores we have, like delay in registration counter. So we have to do root cause analysis for that, why it is delay, and then we make a corrective and preventive action against it. Like this is for patient satisfaction survey, and we make a graph about it, and in Likert scale, we are taking out all the final results. Next slide, please. And this is the ESS, employee satisfaction survey, which we carried out in a year or so. And this is also whatever we are working there as doctor, nurses, technicians, everybody, and how satisfied we are with the services. Like we have all nurses are always short with the this. We always work in crisis, right? So there are something many things that like we don't get something like PP, like main amenities like clean environment, clean toilets, and all. So we just do this analysis, make a conclusion, make a corrective and preventive action, and we really improve the services with that. And we just make a graph out of it. Every year we used to conduct this. Next slide, please. This is a training calendar, what we are making in quality. Like we are analyzing what need-based trainings are there, like HIC, hand hygiene, spill management, needle stick injury, basic life support, 3-bucket system, BMW management, quality tools, needle stick injuries, disinfection and sterilization, disaster management, 5 Ways of workplace evaluation. These all training we need in NQAS, Kayakalp, all accreditation we need this, and through this we really improved a lot. And in medical legal cases, how to fill MLC forms and all, the doctors are taking for that. So these are the which we are taking. Next slide, please. These are some glimpses of the trainings, like we are doing 3-bucket system, and these are the ASHAs. They are the social health activists, and they are closely associated with the communities. So we teach them, they are doing it with community, and for betterment of this all community, we are doing this. And these are our security guards and housekeeping workers for fire management trainings and all. Next slide, please, sir. These are the trainings which we are doing outside the hospital, like Swachhta Pakhwada. And our hospital is surrounded with slums. And we used to go in slums and used to teach them about the this waste management. And more and more like trainings, we have to counsel them for this. And in school also, like nearby school, I am going there and teaching teaches the students regarding hand hygiene and solid and wet and dry waste management and all. And these are our milestone hospital infection control, as I'm working as an ICN also. So I used to do this on regular basis, like hand hygiene compliance rate and surgical site infection rate, needle stick injuries, catheter associated urinary tract infection, central line associated bloodstream infection, VAP, ventricular associated pneumonia. And we used to take a data and just do the kappa, all the things, like we used to do this, we have to make quality tools, and with this we are making our analysis and going further. Next slide, please. As you know, there are chances of mistake in every work what we do. So there are some factors like mistake proofing, how we can do the mistake proofing. Like first is we have different colors for gases, all the gases, like, and our registers are labeled. This is just implemented what we have implemented in our daily activities, what I'm telling you here. Like this yellow with yellow dustbin, we have just put a notice that जांच के बाद रुई यहाँ पर डालें, so that in Hindi they are easily understand. People used to do and mistake. We can always do the mistake proofing here. And this is just emergency tray. We are doing with LASA drugs, like red is for high risk drugs, and green and blue is for LASA drugs. This we can prevent, how we can prevent the mistake proofing. And same like with dry and wet waste. Could you please keep the slide? Just thank you so much. For dry and wet waste, we are keeping the dustbin here, and there is written over there, so they are not confused with that. And there are hand ties also in routine in labor rooms, and for OT's patient, we are doing the hand ties, so that is also a tool for mistake proofing. Next slide, please. In our hospital, our biomedical sister Shanti, she has made a wonderful presentation with how to decrease the waste, biomedical waste. Next slide, sir. I just wanted to share with you like this. There are 3 R's of BMW, like reuse, recycle, and reduce. And as you all know, BMW waste is any waste which generated during the treatment and immunization of human, all the production testing, it include all the waste. Next slide, please. She has just given the graph that biomedical waste assessment 2021 and 22. In 2022, it has increased a vast as compared to 2021. Next slide, please. Month-wise, she has done like January, February, and it was increased in July, and it was high in December. So what she has done. Next slide, please. She has made a SMART objective. In the quality, we have to make a SMART objective, which should be that should be, just a second. She has made a SMART objective like to reduce approximately 200.
Can you excuse
Pardon,
me?
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
excuse me? I just want to make an announcement to the participants not to scribble on the screen, please. Don't fiddle with your mobiles. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So there is a SMART objective, like it should be SMART means it should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So she has make an objective to reduce the approximately 200 kgs of waste from 2900 kg to 2700 kg. Then next slide, please. This is a fish tailbone chart. It is also called Ishikawa chart, where we can have what is the how the waste is getting more and more. So we have just done this people, procedure, places, means what is the reason why it is increasing. So there was lack of supervision, no posters are visible at the point of waste generation, SOPs are not available, mixing of BMW and general waste, there was not draining liquid waste from container, excessive use of, and in people, there was negligency, lack of awareness, improper trainings, provision unavailable, and color-coded bins are not placed in designated places. This is a quality tool which help us to study what is the outcome. And there are, as you know, there are so many quality tools like check sheet, fishbone, and histograms, and PDCA. So she made a PDCA about it. Next slide, please. This is a PDCA. She has planned to find out the root cause for increasing weight, more strict supervision on waste segregation, to increase the number of induction classes and review classes. In our hospital, we are taking BMW classes for junior residents, SRs, whoever comes and join. We are taking the induction trainings and they are not getting the salary without attending the BMW class. And after this, what we have done is encourage the strict compliances, conducted more and more induction and remedial classes, ensured the use of reusable linen, protocol of disposal of leftover IV fluids, urine, and drainage bag, and check by surveyed by assessing checklist and daily weight records, monitor implementation level, and action is identify and report non-compliance, reward and recognition to encourage compliances. Next slide, please. And this is a comparative study. She has shown that in December 22, the yellow waste was 1610 and total waste was 2846. And as compared, next slide, please. And in January 2023, it was the waste was 2784 kg and yellow waste become 1370. It is marginally reduced. Next slide, please. This is the outcome is she's able to reduce the 62 kg from December wise to January 23, and it was a marked reduction in biomedical waste. Through all these tools, she applied and she has done it. Next slide, please. these were the challenges. That increased number of deliveries was there, OT cases were more, accident and disaster, epidemic, endemic or pandemic diseases, number of OPD working days, and contamination of linen mattress. These were all challenges. And I really wanted to tell you that through accreditation, which made it possible that today we have so many things in our hospitals, like we have rainwater harvesting, herbal garden, ETV plant, and so many things, cameras, everything. And before that, we don't have all these things. And as mentioned by our first speaker, Dr. Malavizi ma'am, she said ki we need a skilled nurse. So I really agreed with her that quality implementation complement quality assurance. So we need really a skilled nurse which knows how to do it and take everything in practice to improve. And next slide, please. Yeah, and I just wanted to tell you one more thing to the upcoming nurses, that actually working in quality is a really interesting thing, though it is not a very good, it's a boring. I thought it previously that it's a boring subject, and I really don't want to go in theory and all. But when we have started doing this, we really got a kick for how we improve our hospital. And it is really, I must tell you that for medical, annual medical, we have just gone to a private hospital nearby our this thing, and there we used to get, I used to see every syringes and needles are there. They have just thrown it in radiology department everywhere. And I really felt proud that in our hospital, BMW is wonderful and other infection control practices are very good. So with this, we have really improved. And but really, it is actually we need to do this thing. It is long, or I can say that it really take a long. One has to be flexible with this, because we have to wait in long hours, like waiting long hours, like in rounds we used to stay back till 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock for all these things. But still, once we are doing, like, we really feel how we have improved a public hospital, like in comparison to private hospitals. So I just wanted to tell to all the upcoming nurses that everybody wants respect, and but respect is something that you cannot ask for. We have to earn it. So this is my this thing, and I just want to tell you, okay, this is not the end. There is a long way for quality. So this is just a beginning. So we have to go a long way. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sangeeta ji. I know Sangeeta, during my one of the visits in their hospital, Gobind Singh, there I have seen what she has talked today. I have seen she walks the talk. So she every day, whatever she has presented today, it may seems very simple in the slides form, but whatever she said today, she's involved in that 100%. Okay, so and the maybe in the participants, if there are people who are working in private sector, they may not know right now, but in government sector, in the public health facilities, the accreditation which Sangeeta ji has talked about, hospital accreditation system, we have NQAS, we have Kayakalp for cleanliness, we have Lakshya for labor room improvement, and Muskan for pediatric health. So these are the government's program which is implemented in government sector hospitals up to district hospital, not in the tertiary care, but up to district hospital it is implemented, and people are really working hard. And the reason why Sangeeta ji is here is that she has really worked hard in improving those processes, in implementing those programs in her hospital with her team. So it is not only Sangeeta ji, but we can't, invite everyone. But she is heading there, and whatever she said today, like where nurses can participate, nurses in education and training, She has shown her training calendar, need-based training calendar they make, how leaderships are developed. Like so many nurses, they have around 5, 6 nurses in her team who are really doing excellent work. I have seen them at the ground level. So that's why I can 100% confidently talk about them in the Guru Gobind Singh Hospital. And about the QI projects, nurses can participate in QI projects, as she said. And at the last, she also, shared one of her colleague, Madam Shanti, who is the nurse in charge of biomedical waste management department. And she felt that she need to improve her department. So that's why she tried to reduce the waste which is generated, and she has the inquisitive mind why the waste are so much, why the waste is increasing in her department. So then present as already Sangeeta ji has presented, that how they, with their effort, the waste of the hospital was reduced markedly. And with this all the the hard work they are putting in, recognition and rewards are bound to be there. You don't have to ask for it, it will come naturally. Okay, so and she said continuous feedback and communication system is also very important. So for those nurses who are interested in working in the quality point of the hospital, need to understand all these points. And they are also involved in audit, be it the prescription audit, be it the medical audit or the death audit. They are involved in the surveys, patient surveys, employee satisfaction surveys. They are involved in that. Not only just taking the survey, collecting data, they are also involved in data analysis. She has shown all the graphs also. Then not just the data analysis, they go further ahead to do corrective and preventive actions, and then graphically represent them and show it to the this will be the hospital data. So nursing actually contributing in the hospital data for accreditation of the hospital is a huge thing. And she very rightly said that nurses, we need to understand that respect, you can't ask for respect, you have to earn it. So by working hard, by working sincerely and giving your dedication to your profession and in the hospital system, improving the hospital system, you are bound to get respect. There is no other way. So thank you so much, Sangeeta ji, for this lovely presentation and timely presentation. Now, next we'll take the questions if there is any. Bindu ma'am, please, if you can see the chat box. I'm on my mobile, so.
Yeah, I think, Dolma, there are no questions in the chat box.
Okay. So what do we do? Should we
Yeah,
wait?
there are no questions in the chat box. Still the
Okay.
participants, I think the sessions are very clear to them. They are all putting appreciative remarks on the chat box.
Okay. So do we conclude or what do we do now?
Yeah, I think we can
5 minutes over.
conclude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes over already. So
Yes.
we are 5 minutes late, but yeah, it is okay, acceptable. Thank you so much. I have to thank so many people here because this kind of program is not possible with 1 or 2 person. We have a big team behind the scene who are working every month. We are working on that. So first of all, TNA headquarter for supporting us all the time, and Prashantji, thank you so much for the technical support behind. You have been very helpful in smoothing this program
Thank you, ma'am.
here. Yeah, thank you, and always be there for us. Yeah, and then to my TNA Delhi branch team, thank you so much. Gopi sir in absentia, and Shani ma'am as the secretary, and Bindu ma'am, the chairperson education committee, and other also, they are also they give inputs all the time. We are in the front, but other committee members also are there who gives time to time inputs to how to take who the speaker can be, who the what the topics we can bring about for our nurses. And especially for today's program, both the speakers, I thank you, both of you. Thank you so much for your lovely presentation and very informative session. Quality improvement is the future, and we all must be, whether you are in education or you are in clinical, quality improvement you can't do without quality improvement. So everybody should be very, receptive to quality improvement. Thank you so much. With this, remarks, I would say quality is our business. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.